Okay, it is time for some recovery. Thematic level 2? Yeah, I think I'll take that. And you know what? I'll probably need a blood bag. Gotta put the mask on. Of course it drains battery. Oh, you actually give me a whole bunch of supplies. I'll definitely pick those up. Um, but I'm okay at the moment. Collect all 5. Whoa! Whoa! It's okay. It's okay. Thumbs up. Okay, we're good. Or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, they're all down here. Feels pretty basic. The Vogue. Obviously, want to not be here for too long, but we're pretty much done. I think I can just walk here and go back. Yep, that's awesome. Today is a good day. Get to finish watching Andor today to give you an idea of when this was recorded. It will be an emotional ending of that, I'm sure about. There's a lot of battery, oh my god.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Guess it makes sense though.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thanks.
Lou enjoyed a sprint.
Ah, you found it. Let me
Dude,
see.
not even
I
5 minutes into the recording, we already have a delivery done.
Oh my. It really is immaculately preserved. Uncannily, even.
New interview data. I'll be reading a lot of this in the very near future, since we're getting very close to sort of like this final act of the game. Almost 70 bridge length, which is incredible.
Thanks. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached. I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit. To clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed near her shelter, and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work. Order available.
Okay.
Please access delivery terminal.
Let's see how bad these bot deliveries are. They're terrible, but like, at least I can do something.
Deploying.
That's kind of how I feel about bringing them out. Then extraction from a BT area, delivery to a mountainous area. Yeah, this is gonna be quite a journey. But I'll be okay. Hairspray, I'm just looking. I think I have enough to handle this. Only thing I would maybe recommend would be a skeleton. I think that's the only thing I'm missing. Yeah, let's give this a shot. Hairspray. Why did I call this hairspray? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually done. Let's just upload it. This, you know what? I will attach. No, I'm gonna put this on my back. Power gloves I can keep. I want to make sure these are being worn. I actually didn't need to make that. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of things. I think I am okay like this. What's this thing that's almost damaged? The climbing anchors? That's unfortunate.
Order assigned. Hello. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Perhaps. Free to use? What is... Just head up this way. Is that a generator? I can't tell. This is a cannon.
There we go.
Now it's time to go down. keep going down. Oh yeah, I think I remember this delivery. Old volcano observatory. So there's 2 of them, and we're about to run 2 BTs.
Without you.
Okay, so there's one like all the way down there. Let's go! How you do stealth? No, what? Okay, there's guys up here, there's one I kind of missed. Great. I promise, it's okay, BB. I would like to shoot Blue a little bit. He's not doing too well. Okay. It's just this one. Also, I ran into the problem of, when you are holding your cargo straps with your hands, you can't hold your breath. Which makes sense. Oh gosh, that's a large one. I don't see the cord for that one. Is it just that one? No, there's one more. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one, and then I'm gonna go back. You're joking. Come on. This is bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, well this just became bad. Okay, so I need to grab this one. And then go, I don't even know where. I could try this out. Oh my god. That was a big hit. No way am I gonna kill it with just this, though. Oh my gosh. Stop teleporting around. What the? Oh, you're giving me things. Thanks. I was like, what the heck is going on? Okay, just go, just go, just go. We got them all. Oh my gosh. Blue, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's alright. That's it. Everything's okay. Someone's happy. There we go. Nice.
Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
I'm impressed, Sam. Not many people would have even attempted this. May I have a look? Everything looks to be in order. You managed to bring in most of the tar. Never let it be said you don't deliver. Now, connect me to the chiral network. That's where my studies will truly begin.
Just a grenade launcher.
Thank you. It goes without saying, but I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs and the Death Stranding. After all, both it and Timefall are the defining features of the post-Stranding ecosystem. Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence. Such factors may lie dormant within us all, a choice waiting to be made. For every being since the advent of life itself. If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar. Evidence of these genetic decisions that may aid us in navigating our current crossroads. In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater detail. I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which, my analysis of its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab? Preparations are finally complete for the chiral relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Good work.
Okay.
New order of it.
99%, no way.
How did you get this? I don't know what to say, except thanks.
Frozen soap bubble? Freezing the beauty of a soap bubble causes it to crystallize. One day it will thaw, and if not handled with utmost care, it will be destroyed. Another tale fit to make a porter cry. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, let's read some of these. Cave paintings and stencils. The oldest cave paintings are believed to date back 64,800 years or more, but all of these are, or perhaps were, in Europe. Have they too become obliterated in annihilation events? If not, are the caves now containing them now infested with BTs? Does Europe still exist? The following conclusions are largely derived from a handful of eyewitness accounts. BTs pursue their prey through a multi-step process. In the first, they begin searching for a target. The handprints left behind is evidence of their behavior. Upon detection, one or more BTs will attempt to seize their target and drag it toward a much larger entity. To clarify, however, a void-out does not occur at the point of contact between the giant and the human, but only once the human has been subsumed into the giant's body. We think this may be because this is the only place where antimatter is present within the entity. It goes without saying that BTs are entirely different. Neanderthals are believed to share a common ancestor, but there are clear differences. Blah blah blah. Neanderthals who had bigger brains fashioned tools of their own. They developed little over 200,000 years. This isolation seems to have led to their decline. Homo sapiens conceived religion with which large numbers of individuals could be bound together in a common cause. They grew stronger through interpersonal connection. I would say through more than just religion. Creating society. We will dwindle and die like the Neanderthals, blah blah blah. Hartman's theory of evolution. The Death Stranding threatens to undo all our process. How can our sense of time, honed over millions of years, remain intact when we must cope with such irrational phenomena? We are growing apart, retreating into isolation. Our conceptions of reality are under threat. Interesting. Umbilical cords and Devonian era fossils. Blah 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 blah. One of the key foci of my research is to the link between creatures with umbilical cords and mass extinctions. Bridge needs Homo ludens. Those touched by dooms we need. Take our comrades. Craftspeople, Homo faber. As for myself, Homo loquens, a linguist. There is another type, Homo ludens. They unite people. I know of only one person who matches this description, the one they call the Great Deliverer, Sam Porter. Also, are they trying to make Sam Porter Bridges Jesus? Lochner and Millingen. They worked for NASA, though these days most people wouldn't know what that was. They were named by a pair of craters which struck the Earth 450 million years ago. Interview with the geologist. I remember it was just before I joined the expedition when I found those documents, research papers that predated the Death Stranding. People used to believe that dinosaurs had gone extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, but when this fellow investigated various locations where late Cretaceous dinofossils had been found, he came to the startling conclusion that there was hardly any evidence anywhere on Earth that supported the theory that the dinosaurs had survived until the end of the Cretaceous. In other words, almost all of them had been wiped out long before that. BT dinosaurs? Evidence of a mass extinction. Cool. We will keep reading them as we continue. Where do I have to go back to Hartman? Is that what it's saying? No, go to the safe house. I mean, it's essentially go here. Um, probably head to the generator and then try to make a straight shot. I wonder, you could probably take a truck. Or maybe not a truck. Well, if you had bridges, I'm sure you could.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Bridges, boots, I mean, sure, I'll take them. There's a safe house, it's not yet made. But this is a good spot for one.
There we go.
Very good generator. Some timefall, not too bad. I maybe will have to just refresh a lot of my equipment. Actually, what's this passage? Honestly, that's a nice route.
There we go.
At least I think this is a nice route. I can climb up this. Yeah, we got a rope.
Oh, let's get this show.
And pretty much there. Okay. Probably could have just used some ladders also. Here's another amazing. Why you gonna ruin BTs? Also raining a good amount in real life at the moment.
There we go.
I really didn't need this. I guess it helps a little bit going down this. You don't have to climb up a giant steep slope. Probably a bit faster than just doing it all on your own as well.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
I probably should have just done a standard delivery to come back
Bridges.
instead of just bringing back nothing.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her Ka and Ha failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Deadman. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Die Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it, so I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles, but some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evodevo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands, and it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain, and since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the President is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
With your customary reserve.
Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Now we're really getting into the story. Now remember,
Activating lab security
um,
measures.
geez, it was like the prologue or episode 1.
5, 4, 3.
Hold on, let's speak on that. Snore. If this is the 6th extinction event, then, go back to the episode 1, like literally episode 1 of this series, where there's a void out where you see Higgs, technically. It's that whole one-shot sort of thing. And Sam wakes up on a beach, and there's 5 BTs floating in the air. Those are the extinction entities.
It's time, Sam.
Very much a fan
When
of that
you're ready,
detail.
proceed to the shore of the tar belt and begin work on the chiral relay. Once it's ready, use the Cupid to bring it online.
Okay, we are
The
getting
necessary
close
materials are
to
prepped
the
for
end.
you. Supplies are limited, so handle them with care. You'll be carrying a lot, too. All things considered, this might be one of your hardest runs to date. Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so he'll take it from here. It's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Right. About that way station. The site we have chosen was an original candidate for the way station we lost to the tar belt. Ironically, we suspended construction because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth the risk. But this time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses in midstream. Fortunately for us, the foundation we laid down is still intact. All you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the site and finish the job. I'm afraid it's the only way we can expand the network further west and rescue Harmony. We're counting on you, Sam.
Let's donate stuff that's like about to fall apart. Okay, that's just container damage on the Bridges boots. I'll just make another one. Yeah, I should get new power gloves as well. So I need gloves. Gloves and oxygen mask. Quite a lot of lost cargo. Oh yeah, there's also this. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. But apparently this was an order. Oh, I guess this was someone attempting to fulfill a request. Recording almost done. I think I'll do this. Next time, we're getting really, really, really close to the end. Okay, so this one, I'm not even going to plan it, but it looks like if I was somehow able to take a straight shot, maybe through this valley, like right below the line, and then just kind of head down a long time, even longer. Like, look how long that trip is. Let me read some mail, read some other things. This is talking about the seam because you have an out-of-body experience, like literally, because you're in a first-person camera point of view, but like you have to go to Sam when he dies. Someone else saved by the real world. I still don't know who this other person is. Is it another Sam? Past is intervening to keep the present alive. I don't know, some crazy stuff going on. Let us keep reading. Paleontologists. Each of the 5 extinctions resulted from enormous changes to the natural environment. If you were unable to adapt, you perished. Some people thought a 6th extinction was on its way. Humanity is its main target. There's a real possibility we have already failed to adapt, that we are another evolutionary dead end. But then, what about dooms? One question looms above all. Why? Tar bubbles up from the beach. Tar wasn't around before the stranding, same as Timefall and Corellium. Might be some byproduct of the beach. One of the relays we build is at risk of going under at any moment. The Timefall farmers. That's a cool idea. Or just like a cool concept. See how the sand flows upwards. Oh, this is the chiral hourglass. The photographer. Hardly anyone's having children these days. My husband says we're headed for extinction. Blah, blah, blah. Exploration. Being a mountaineer. There's no peak we can't summit. No one has been able to explain the Death Stranding. Science is only suitable for observation, measurement, objectivity. My research has only confirmed this. The gateways, the pyramids, the Nazcan Line, Stonehenge, all gateways in order to access the beach. And finally, we're going to read more of this journal. Han Ka, Body and Soul. Okay, so wait, let me just refresh. This is a guy doing deliveries. And he didn't really care about it, but then he kind of got fulfilled. Body and soul, the two become separated, you die. Death ain't the end, though. That's why people build coffins and sarcophagi to preserve the body so the soul had a home to return to. I learned this all from the wisdom of the Egyptians. It talks about the golden death masks of the pharaohs, which is, again, it's a very BT thing. I've decided to give myself a mask. Not a death mask, but one for living, for ruling. Today is the last day anyone sees my face. I don't need it anymore. A way station got taken out by terrorists. All these folks claim America is coming for their freedom, that the old guard wants to put them in chains. They ask what it's all for in a post-stranding world when today's triumph is tomorrow's crater. Americans never did anything for nobody. That's why we took to living in a shelter, better down in a hole than out there under their thumb. Yeah, he was a real saint. Tried to run a few times. He just dragged me back inside, kicking and screaming, where he'd put those heavy hands of his to work and reminded me what had happened if I disrespected his authority. But that's love, isn't it? His way of looking after an orphan child he raised as his own. First time I ever sensed a BT was when I held him moments before he went necrone. My daddy showed me corpses are precious, powerful things. They are so much more than bombs. Terrorists ought to treat them with proper respect. Had us team up with a bunch of porters who serve as the central part of the country. Their leaders got dooms. Demons and terrorists have been getting more aggressive ever since the expeditions team set out. Now we've got a blah blah blah. Me and my new partner consolidating our operations so we can cover the whole continent. Can't have us repeating the sins of the past with another USA. So he's going to be the leader of this guy. The rumors I'd heard about my partner's new powers don't do her justice. I knew she had dooms, but she's on a whole nother level. I've never seen anything like it. Not only can she perceive BTs, but she can actually use the beach. Compared to hers, my powers are nothing, parlor tricks, courtesy of a few corpses. As a blind man, but now because of her, I can actually go to the beach. The beach! I can reshape this world. Not like what Bridges wants, something new, something everlasting, right here and now. My partner's powers are extraordinary, sure, but deep down I know the two of us alone don't have what it takes to bring back freedom. Everything we've done, that we continue to do, no matter how much it may seem to bring people together, it's still a far cry than how it should be. All this and more serves to cut us from the rest of creation, and I have to say I don't think that's ever going to change. Blah, blah, blah. But now I've met someone like me, someone who could save this world from this madness, make it whole again, put our shattered pieces back together. And we have a little bit more, honestly, we have like the most important ones to read. Because this is about the BB experiments, and I think there's some stuff related to Sam as well. Okay, getting far now.